Everybody, welcome back to an episode of DB's Comic Talk. This is Don from the KF Podcast, coming at you today with the lineup of the brand new X-Men comic books that Jonathan Hickman is going to do. These are coming straight out of Comic-Con, which was last week. Sorry this is a week late, but I was on vacation, so I didn't have a chance to really talk about all this stuff. We covered it a little bit on our SoundCloud show, which you check us out, the Pop Culture Week in Review, over on any of your audio shows, so go over there and check that out. But I wanted to cover this because I'm really excited about these books. Now, I'm not going to give any spoilers for House of X or Powers of X. Powers of X came out last week. Go check it out. It's a good comic. I like the direction they're going in. This is sort of like a reboot for the X-Men. Again, I don't want to spoil too much because it just came out and a lot of people I feel haven't had a chance to really read it yet. But breaking out of Powers of X and House of X, this new Dawn of X era that they have going on here, there's 6 new books, which are going to be the standard X-Men books moving forward. I'm a little disappointed that there's not an Uncanny XMen in this announcement because I'm a big fan of Uncanny X-Men. I've always felt that Uncanny is one of the 4 pillars of the Marvel Universe, along with Amazing Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and Avengers. But, you know, we do have regular X-Men, so we're just going to move on from it. I'm sure there's going to be an Uncanny somewhere down the road. I mean, Hickman's run, who knows how long it's going to be. But there is 6 books, so we're going to go through them. First book, the one you see here pictured, this is just your regular X-Men. Or, as we like to call it here, Team Summers, if you're looking at this cover here. I'm excited about this book. I'm a Summers family fan. I mean, I love Havoc, I love Scott, I love the whole group. You see pictured here Cyclops. You got young Cable, Cyclops' wife. You got Rachel Summers in there. You got Cyclops' dad, Corsair, which is interesting. Then you have my boy Havoc in the back. And then you have the third Summers brother, Gabriel Summers Vulcan, who's with him, which he's never really been with him because he's always been a villain. So how he ties into there, that's kind of cool to see. And then you got Wolverine, who's like kind of maybe, if you're going to go, these are all Summers brothers, I kind of feel like Cyclops and Wolverine are like, you know, he kind of thinks of him like a brother. Even though they're rivals and stuff, I kind of get like why Wolverine would be with this group. But this is a cool looking book. I'm excited to see what they do here and what they have with this book. It's a lot of characters that I like, a lot of characters I read for a lot of years, so excited to see what they do with X-Men. So that's a good one. Next one, we have Excalibur. I was a big fan of the old Excalibur. This looks a little off to me. First, we have the new Captain Britain, which is Psylocke, or Betsy Braddock, because she knows she split from her other personality. It made her like the Asian-looking ninja. So she's the new Captain Britain, and then she has with her, I believe here, Rogue, Gambit, you see Jubilee, you see Richter. Kind of an odd selection of mutants that don't really mix in. And then you throw in Apocalypse. I'm not really sure what they're doing with Apocalypse there. I'm not a big fan of, like, let's turn one of these major villains good for a little bit. The only villain that I really like when he becomes a good guy is Juggernaut. I think it makes sense when he kind of aligns with him. But why would Apocalypse be with him? I'm not going to judge it until I read it. I will buy all these and check it out. But, I mean, the art looks a little different. Not really what I was expecting from an Excalibur book, but we'll try it out and see how it looks. Next, we have New Mutants. This looks fantastic. They got my girl Magic right in the front. You see Danny Moonstar with them, who I love Danny, and Wolfsbane and Karma with them, Sunspot. You have Doug Ramsey up there, Cypher. And then they're adding Mondo, which I haven't seen in a long time, from old Generation X, along with Chamber, who's back from the dead. I think everyone's back from the dead, though. So, but this is a cool-looking book, and apparently they're going to go in outer space and do all kind of stuff. So, I love this team. Anything with Danny Moonstar on it and Magic in it together, I mean, I'm in for it. It looks good. I can't wait to see what they do with it. I love the artwork. It looks cool. Then we have Marauders. This book's a little strange, I think. I mean, the explanation here about it, that they set sail to the seas of the world to protect those who are hated or feared. I'm not sure why they're on a boat, and it just has to do with sailing around the world. That seems kind of an odd thing. But I mean, it's Kitty. I like Kitty. She got Emma Frost with her, Bishop, Storm, Iceman, and probably the new Pyro, who was hanging out with the X-Men for a while anyway. So it's not a bad team. I just don't really understand what their mission is and what they're doing. I guess we'll find out that more as it goes on. But it seems a little strange that, it's all about sailing around the world. They're like pirates. She's calling herself Captain Kate Pride. Like, I don't know. I do trust Hickman with what he's done. I'm a big fan of Jonathan Hickman, so I will buy it. But if I don't like it, I can't. I think this is going to be one of the ones I probably end up not reading for the long term. Next, we have Fallen Angels. This is another one that strikes me just as a little strange. But it has Kwannon in it, who's like the split personality of Betsy with Psylocke. And it's X-23, and it's young Cable. This could be good. I mean, this might have some potential. Again, when I look at it and I look at the cover, I'm like, I'm not really sure what this is. But Fallen Angels stuff that they did in the past was good, so maybe this will be a good story. I will check it out. Maybe it could, go into maybe of her past a little bit, and you got some cool fighters here together. Maybe they'll add other people to it. I know Cable here is with the other X-Men team, so he's kind of doing double duty, appearing in 2 books. But we'll give it a shot, see how it is. Then finally here we have X-Force. And I'm excited about this book. I heard some negative reactions about this book, like, this doesn't make any sense, but it's kind of cool when you read like the description here. Putting them as almost like a CIA of the mutant world, where they're doing an intelligent branch, which you have here with Beast, Jean Grey, Sage on one side. I'm not really sure who that is in the back corner there. I can't really tell who's standing next to Beast. I don't know. That it looks like Doctor Strange, but I know it's not Doctor Strange, so maybe it's like Mikhail Rasputin or somebody like that. I'm not sure. They didn't really confirm it in here. Then on the other side, kind of like their Strike Force team, you have Domino, Kid Omega, Wolverine, Colossus. This could be interesting, what they do with the dynamic of this book. The way they have it set up, one side's doing one and one side's doing the other. There could be some cool stuff that happens in this book. So I always love X-Force titles when they change them up and go in new directions with them. I think that's the beauty of an X-Force title, is you can do different things in it and try new stuff. Wolverine's X-Force team compared to Cable's X-Force team was different. But every version of it kind of worked in its own way. There are a couple flops. I didn't really enjoy the last one, but I always get excited for the X-Force title. So I like the team. I like the people they have on there. This will be an interesting one to check out. And I love Jean Grey's look, that she's wearing her old Miss Marvel outfit, too. It's awesome. So there's the 6 books. This is all, the Dawn of X, Powers of X, House of X, all these labels. This is what it's all moving towards. These are the books we're going to see. I think they come out here in the next month or so. So it's an exciting time to be an X-Men fan. I think this is a big deal that they're really repackaging the X-Men to fit better in the Marvel Universe and be more streamlined. That way they can do them good in the movies. That way when you watch them in the movies, it'll make sense for new readers that they look this way in the comics too, instead of the jumbled mess that they were for years and how they tried to straighten them out. So I like what he's trying to do. They need revamped. They need cleaned up. People needed brought back from the dead who didn't need to be killed in the first place and start over. And, Cyclops, Wolverine, they're all back. Jean's back. They're just missing Professor X to come back, which I'm sure you'll probably see at some point here too. But it's cool. Like I said, it's an exciting time to be an X-Men fan. I've been a fan my whole life, so I'm looking forward to this. So go check these out when they come out. Read Powers of X, read House of X. Comment below what you think. I'm sure we'll do some reviews of them in the future as we move forward with them. And yeah, it's good stuff. So take care. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. And let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you next time. Later.